Hello and welcome back to this week's video. My name is Eva Joelle. If you guys are new here, this is my reaction channel where I read Am I the Assholes, I react to YouTube videos, and we have fun and we start conversations. Today's topic for Am I the Asshole is relationships, okay? We have some really good lineups for today. This is going to be a multi-Am I the Asshole episode, so sit down, strap in, open the comment section, and let's start having a conversation down below. This Am I the Asshole is absolutely fucking ridiculous, okay? It is titled, Am I the Asshole for Evicting My Girlfriend of 3 years? Title conclusion, yes. I mean, it depends. Like, if you're new to this channel, something that we like to do here is a title prediction or a title conclusion where we guess whether or not the writer is an asshole based off of nothing besides the title. To me, you're the asshole because 3 years deep and then you're evicting her. Evicting her for what? I am 33. I received an inheritance when I was 24 and used it to buy a condo in downtown Vancouver, Canada, home of the maple syrup and the amazing hot Minister Prime. I don't know what he is to you guys, your president, Mr. Justin Trudeau. That man is aging like some fine wine. See what happens when you're not racist and you're a nice person? You age gracefully like that man. A short walk away from where I work, Stephanie is 28. We started dating 3 years ago and she has been living here for the last 2 years. As I own the place outright, I don't charge her rent. I also make much more, so I pay for pretty much everything else too. Saturday morning, about a month ago, she told me she was going to a family dinner. Her parents live about an hour drive away. In the time we have together, I have gone with her to her family dinner about 30 to 40 times over the 3 years. But this time I wasn't invited. She told me they were having a family meeting to discuss what to do with grandma, who was showing signs of dementia. Her brother and aunt from out of town were coming too. I own a car and she wanted to borrow it. So she leaves in the afternoon around 10 p.m. I get a text that she had a few glasses of wine with her mom and is going to spend the night. Next morning around 10 a.m. she is still not home. Okay, weird. Nah, it's a hard time. Maybe she was drinking. We'll give her some slack. She's not answering my calls or looking at my texts. So I call her mom, who tells me she's not there and there was no family dinner. Pause. Okay, first and foremost, if, like, one thing, okay, I'm not saying to lie. I'm not a liar. It's not something that, like, I do. I'm either going to tell you the truth or, like, we're going to break up because we shouldn't be dating if I have to lie to you. But if you are going to lie, at least include the person in on the lie. And I do think that there's like two sides to that story, two sides to that flip of that coin, right? Where it's like you could tell like your mom and be like, hey mom, I need you to lie to me for XYZ. And if it's like a reasonable like ask, I feel like moms or like siblings would lie for you if it was a reasonable reason to lie. And so the fact that she didn't tell her mom about the lie prior to doing the lie tells me that whatever she is doing to cover up the lie is probably sinister. Then you put your family and your friends and things in, like the people that you care about, in a space where they have to be shitty people for you. And I think that's where like friendship cutoffs start to happen, where it's like you should never be putting the people that you care about the most in a place to have to be shitty people. However, if my sister looked at me and said, hey, can you do me a favor and can you lie for me? I'd probably lie if it was for a viable reason, right? So what really happened? Around noon, someone is buzzing me from the entrance of the building. It is her. I buzz her in. First thing she tells me is she lost her keys, which included the fob to enter the building, the key to my apartment, and the key to my car. She also doesn't know where my car is. Turns out she went clubbing with a friend. They met a group of 3 guys and decided to go home with them. Oh, you cheating, lying bitch. She decided to go home with them. Stephanie was drunk, so allowed one of the 3 guys to be the driver of my new car. When they arrived at one of their places, my car was parked in a no parking area and later towed. It was parked at a bus stop in downtown Vancouver. Stephanie, what are you doing? First and foremost, even if you didn't get my brand new car towed, you just cheated on me. One, you lied. You lied to me. You got caught lying to me. You cheated on me. And then on top of it, as a cherry on top of the freaking sundae, you got my brand new car towed. The amount of superlatives that would be coming out of my mouth, okay? Not if I was a man, though, because you shouldn't do that if you're a man. But ridiculous. We're gonna keep going with the story. Let's just keep going. Let's give Stephanie some space to recuperate, and maybe she has a reasonable answer for her absolute bullshit. Stephanie believes that she did nothing wrong. Oh, boo! Tomatoes, tomatoes, throwing tomatoes, boo! Ugh. Stephanie believes she did nothing wrong as she didn't park the car. Bitch, but you cheated on me! She also says she didn't have sex with any of the guys. Just her friend did. She was just there to make sure her friend was safe. She doesn't even know the name of the guy that has the keys or how to contact him. So you basically lost my car. This man stole my car. And to be completely honest, when we were like 2 paragraphs higher into this story, I was thinking like, oh, okay, those 3 guys for sure stole this man's car before he said that it was towed, which I still 100% at this point in the story don't believe that man's car was towed. Like, those 3 guys was plotting and they stole that car. They're gonna kick that girl out and then they're gonna disappear off the face of the earth with his brand new Bugatti. She doesn't even know the name of the guy that has the keys or how to contact him. That she has no choice but to lie to me because I don't like going to the clubs. Was I wrong for evicting her? Her entire family thinks I am. Let's pause because there are edits and updates to this story. First and foremost, the conversation, I wish we had more to this story, right? Because the conversation on like why he evicted her, I think goes plain day to any normal, like non-cheating person that he had every reason to evict her. He uses the word evict. And so it's like, is evicting synonymous to breaking up? Because if you just evicted her, then like, what's the point of evicting her if you're not going to break up with her? You need to break up with Stephanie. I'm so sorry. I hate to be agreeing with a man, especially on the fucking internet. I'm going to take that him evicting you means that he broke up with you. In that situation, are you the asshole? No. You can get a partial asshole if you stayed with this girl and just evicted her. What was the point of that? Break up with that girl, move on, and go be with somebody who is going to tell you the truth. She lied, not because he didn't like clubs. I'm one of those people where it's like, okay, when you're in a relationship, like, you don't own me, I don't own you. Like, there is no like level of control. We are 2 people that have love and fulfilled lives, and then we come together to combine those 2 lives together and to do the rest of our lives together. Like, the older I get, the more mature in very loose parentheses I get. I think the use of the word partner is really, really smart and like kind of a needed thing, because you are like my partner in life. And so it's like, if you wanted to go out to the club and just be like a normal like dancing with the girls like moment, and like you had every intention on like being faithful in this situation, why did you need to hide it from me? Why did you need to lie to literally everyone, your family, me, in order to go out and do that? Because this is what I'm thinking, right? This is what I'm thinking. And I've been in relationships where I have gone out with like my homegirls and my boyfriend stayed at home and played video games. And guess what? He came to pick me and the homegirls up, okay? So like, I don't understand this like level of that relationship, right? Because I pride myself in like being, whenever I am in a relationship, like, you're good. I don't even really want to talk to you as a man. Like, if we're gonna be completely honest, you're kind of like an experiment to figure out whether or not I'm still straight or not. Because I can't find a girlfriend, I'm gonna settle for, you know, you as a man, and like it's gonna work out, it's gonna be great, right? But to be completely honest, the idea of speaking to multiple men at one time in my life in a romantic place seems absolutely grueling, okay? It is the absolute last thing that I want to do, okay? Because finding somebody who is like a good fucking person is already rare enough. So the fact that after I find one gem in the fucking dirt, you think I'm gonna continue to go labor for the next 6 months, a year of my life to dig through the dirt again to try and find somebody else when I already have the diamond? I'm already a millionaire. Like, I can't even imagine. My man lying to me. Him just lying to me to go out and go to the club tells me everything else. I would not have even needed to hear the rest of the story. He wouldn't have, he wouldn't have had my car. I don't date men who, no. It's never, like, we're never doing this again. We're done, we're breaking up. Please see yourself out, stage left, okay? That's enough. Let alone, you went to some stranger's house. You hooked up with them because you're lying. You're lying through your teeth. And then on top of it, you lost my brand new car. Girl, you're lucky if we break up and I don't sue you, okay? Because that may be where we're at, unless you either get me my car back and there's no damages, or you buy me a new car, because you're not gonna play in my face like that. That's insane. This is insane. Edit. Yes, I got the car back, obviously. Okay, cool. We can just break up. Don't ever speak to me again in your life. It's a new car. I am not donating it to a tow company. Called the police and they told me the number of the towing company. Picked it up an hour later. Police also confirmed that this would not be considered a stolen car. Her fob to the building was simply deactivated and not replaced. I have 3 fobs now instead of 4. The door lock to my unit was replaced for free by my building. All locks must be matching on each door and they had to supply the replacement. Car rekeying is in progress and is not cheap, as we know, because you gotta rip out all the alarm systems and all that stuff. I guess the guys weren't stealing the car, but still, you don't know who she went home with, what information she gave them. She could have been like, this is my address and this is where the car be at. It was slightly less than 2 years she lived here, probably closer to 20 months. Don't care. So she isn't entitled to any of my home equity. According to the government issued assessment value of my place, it went down last year as well. Yes, she paid for the tow. She did so without me even asking. We went to get the car, she paid. I have received a parking ticket in the mail that I paid. So she got you a ticket on top of it? Come on, Stephanie. That she will pay, she's gonna pay him back for it. She has also agreed to pay for the car rekeying. That is why it has not been done yet, as it is very expensive. Stephanie and her friend have been trying to find the keys. I really don't think they knew these guys prior or have any way to contact them. We're gonna get that done to the photos. We're gonna get the edits in there. So I peeked at some of the responses and it looks like he has been responding and saying that evicted does mean that they broke up, she is out of his life, she is gone. Good. Honestly, good for you, my guy. I hate to be agreeing with a man on the fucking internet. But at the end of the day, at the total of this, no, you are not an asshole. Honestly, you evicting her, you could have evicted her. I would have said that you were not an asshole if you evicted her off of the lying by itself. It looks like Stephanie, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Stephanie, actually. Stephanie needs to talk to a therapist, because why did you do that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why did you even do all of this? You went out, you had a crazy night. Why did you lie about it? Why did you go with those guys? There's still so many loose ends that are left open in this space. Why did you do that, Stephanie? Was there something going on negative about the relationship prior that made you feel like, oh, I want to go out and see if I can find somebody new? Like, I had a boyfriend once that went to a party and he basically emotionally cheated on me. He was like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna test out to see if I can still grab girls if our relationship doesn't work out. And to me, that was a pre-test to see if we break up, can I still go out there and do it? He was essentially plotting to break up with me. And after I heard that, I was like, you know, we're done, we're good, bye. You don't even have the option anymore, my guy. But what was the reasoning behind all of this? The comments and the replies agree with me that this man is not the asshole. And they say, are you kidding? Not the asshole. Lying to you to get wasted with random people at the club, so much so that she had no idea where the car was. Does she respect you at all? Thank you. And if you believe all her friends were all having sex and she just was sitting there, I'm sorry, highly doubtful. Thank you, Redditor. And lastly, to see nothing wrong with all of this, that's almost the biggest issue. She sounds like a train wreck. Her and her family are only bumming because she can't freeload anymore. Absolutely. Because if she's not freeloading off of you, guess what? She's now her family's problem again. And so yes, they're gonna call you dramatic because they don't want to have to pick up the slack that is Stephanie. Family should be pissed at her for throwing away such a great relationship for some, can I say that on the internet? I'm not gonna say that. Family should be pissed at her for throwing away such a great relationship for some, not at him for having self-respect to toss out the trash. Period. Oh, people then go on to reply to that comment and said, if I was OP, I'd tell the family everything that happened. 100%. I'd put it on a slideshow and send it to them on Christmas. Someone also pointed out that even if the car was full-fledged lost and he could never find the car back, it turns out that those guys did steal the car. They pointed out that also insurance wouldn't pay out if she literally gave someone the key. She would be at fault completely. You're going to have to get all the locks changed because some rando has all of your fobs. She didn't even need the car for a night out in Vancouver. It was literally her alibi that she couldn't use because she was drunk. Oh, that's right. She used the car as an alibi that she was gonna go pick up her brother-in-law. Oh my gosh, she made up the lie that her grandma was dying. Oh my gosh. Wait, backtrack to the start of this. She said that they were having a family meeting because grandma had dementia. Oh, Stephanie, girl, go to hell. You brought grandma into this mess of you cheating because you wanted to go out to the club, shake some tail, and cheat, and you brought up the fact that grandmother has dementia? That's probably the most sinister. Backtrack to the fact that she lied, she cheated, she lost your freaking car. She put dementia on her grandmother, her old elderly grandmother that clearly is old enough for him to believe that she is developing dementia and maybe be on her way out. That alone tells you where Stephanie's heads are at. Stephanie has no morals. Stephanie, girl, what are you doing? I'm pissed off enough about Stephanie. Let's move on to the next Am I the Asshole at this point. I need to take a breath. I need some water. This Am I the Asshole episode has had the most audio and tech issues the entire time. That whole entire first portion of what you're listening to and also what you're listening to right now is camera audio. So there's probably going to be noises in the background and things because this is a window. And so, because I forgot to plug in the mic. Look, that's the honest truth. I didn't plug in the mic. Here's the end piece of the mic. It's not plugged into the camera. My bad. I'm still figuring this out. And then too, when I did plug the mic in for the second part of the Am I the Asshole, I never turned the mic on. And so we're gonna do another Am I the Asshole, and then we're probably gonna switch to a handheld mic and see how that plays out. But this Asshole is titled, Am I the Asshole for breaking up with her after I saw her apartment? Based off of title, based off of rip, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, that you're not the asshole for breaking up with her after you saw her apartment, because if her apartment is disgusting, viable. And I would say that for everyone, right? Where it's like if you go into your partner's apartment or room, we're not children anymore. If I walk into your room or your apartment and there's rats running around, do you live in a trap house? We're grown. Don't do that. That's nasty. I'm not cleaning up after you. I had been seeing a girl for a few months. We met through a friend. Last Saturday, she invited me to her place, which I had never been to. She had mentioned her apartment was a mess, and I laughed because I thought she was just being self-deprecating. Oh my god, it's like a little mess. That's how I am when people come over my house. I'm like, oh my god, it's such a mess. No, you can't come into my apartment unless I vacuumed. Everyone in my life absolutely hates that about me, where I'm like, no, you can't come in unless I vacuumed. Get out of my apartment. I'm trauma scarred. My mother scarred me. My mother was the type of person that would be like, you gotta clean out the hallway closets. Your cousins are coming over. And it's like, when will she be in the hallway closet? When my mom would go as far as to be like, your room's a fucking mess. Clean out your closet. You're gonna get all your clothes off of your closet because your cousins and your family and everybody's coming over. When are any of these people ever going to be in my bedroom? None of them need to know what's hidden behind the monstrosity that is my closet. Because it's every piece of clothing that I've ever worn is on the floor of my closet right now because I was trying to get dressed for school yesterday. My mother was that type of person. Make it look like nobody lives in this fucking house. So when people come over my house, I'll be like, oh my god, no, I'm so sorry for the mess, knowing damn well I seasoned the carpet before you got here. I prepared for your arrival for the last 2 days. You told me you were coming over 2 days ago. I have seasoned the carpet for at least 12 hours prior, vacuumed it up, cleaned, washed the dust boards. There's not a singular dish. The couch has been vacuumed. My bed has been made. All of the dog stuff has been washed because you can't come in here and just have it smell like a dog. You have to walk into my house and think nobody lives here. I don't have a dog and this girl's the cleanest person ever. That's how I prepare for people to walk into my apartment. That's why I don't really allow people over, because I'm absolutely insane. Moving on. I laughed because I thought she was just being self-deprecating, because when we got to her place, holy shit, dude. I want to start off by saying I know that people have their reasons for stuff like this, and I don't want to be disrespectful in any way. But the state of her apartment was genuinely shocking. Literal piles of trash on the floor, sink full of dishes overflowing onto the counter, stuff everywhere. Not to mention the overpowering smell of a mold and mildew that I could literally taste in my mouth. Sir, he wouldn't have to give me anything else for me to roll that he is not the asshole. Because if I go in your house and I become itchy, you gotta figure something out. That's the type of nastiness that would make somebody feel itchy. Have you ever been to somebody's house and not want to sit on their couch because it's like, I'm a little itchy just standing in the living room? There could be something mentally wrong with me. I don't like being itchy. I don't like my skin being dry. There is something mentally weird up here. Leave it alone. But that's disgusting. You're tasting mold and mildew in your mouth, sir. You're not the asshole. My next question too is that a sink full of dishes flowing onto the counter. A sink full of dishes is probably the one thing that I can understand. If there's mold growing on the dishes, however, you've gone too far. But I'm not gonna judge you if I walk into your apartment and you don't have a dishwasher. If you have a dishwasher and you still have a sink full of dishes, I'm going to judge you. But if you don't have a dishwasher, I completely understand. Continuing on with the story. She told me to sit down, and so it was completely normal, and I tried not to act weird, but I'm sure she noticed. I stayed for a bit and we watched a movie on the couch, but I left before it got too late. The next day I called her and told her I didn't think things were going to be compatible between us, and she got mad at me for leading her on and breaking up with her for no reason. I didn't mention the apartment, but I don't know, maybe I should have. Literally nothing about her appearance or personality would lead me to expect this, so it was sort of unbelievable to see the state she was living in. I feel bad for her, and I'm worried I might have acted too quickly. Edit. I'm just gonna read the edit straight up because it's really short. I just watched the Friends episode and wow, it's scarily similar. LOL. She is a friend of a friend, right? And so tread lightly with the situation. I feel like if I had an experience that I thought was normal, right? I thought this way of living is normal, everybody's used to it, XYZ, and then I bring a guy over to my house, then they break up with me the next day, I would be asking questions. I would be like, why this? If she had some form of an inkling, I feel like she could have probably brung it up or brought it up to you. But the fact that she didn't bring it up is either maybe she's in denial or she genuinely just doesn't see a problem with how she's living, and that to me is kind of insane. I still, at the end of the story, you're not the asshole, and there's really nothing that the comments can say that would convince me that you're an asshole, to be completely honest. But what I will say is, I think the only thing that you probably should have changed in this situation was probably just told her straight up, right? Because it's like she's never going to get better unless somebody tells her. And clearly, either nobody has told her, or people have told her and she just doesn't care, and that's okay, I guess. I probably would have, if I didn't have the heart to tell her, I maybe would tell the friend that we have in common and be like, hey, that's really what the situation was. Maybe I would come at it from a point of like, I'm worried about this person. Go to our friend that's in the middle of us and be like, hey, have you been to her apartment recently? I'm not sure if she's okay. XYZ. It was kind of a reason why things didn't work out between us. I feel like you got to be honest with somebody in this situation, right? Because just continue to go unnoticed, it seems a little insane. And I do think that there are some people out there that are going to be like, no, I'm not even going to say anything, just end it and move and have your losses cut. And I completely understand that space as well, right? Because it's like how you're putting yourself in something continuously after that's not necessarily even your problem. I just feel like I would feel the need to be like, hey, friend in the middle, please go check on her because her place is crazy. The The top comment on this with 924 upvotes says, not the asshole, but I do think you should have mentioned the apartment. Editors are with me. We're agreeing. People who don't know what the problem is cannot take any corrective action. Tell her and move on. The comments then go on to essentially say that OP is not an asshole, and they tell their stories about their children or their nieces or their friends or their ex-boyfriends that had the same exact experience, right? And so I think at the end of the day, I think I agree with the internet on this one. Look at us, we're making moral and round decisions. Babes, look at us, I'm proud of us. And with that being said, that is the end of this week's video. It was a twofer in one. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Every single time somebody watches a video to the end, you help a first-gen college student pay off their student loans. Every blue moon I think about, was it worth it? It was worth it. My degree was worth it. It's great. But thank you for watching the video. You guys should go ahead and subscribe. Give the video a big thumbs up, a comment, and let's have some conversations down below in the comment section. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on next week's video. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what theme of Am I the Asshole? Maybe it's another relationship. Maybe it's not. But we'll get there. Let's go. I will see you guys next week. Goodbye.